Hello again, we're going to do another solving an indice problem. This time, you can have a look at it and you might be able to recognise that this could become a quadratic. So with this first term here, we can change that and we can say that's 3 times 3 to the x squared. This is 28, 3 to the x, and this is plus 9. Now, if we set this 3 to the x, and we could say let 3 to the x be another unknown, for example, it can be any unknown. I probably wouldn't let it equal x because it could get a little bit confusing. And you can say, I'm going to let this one equal m. So then we're going to substitute that back in, and we've got 3m squared take 28m plus 9. Okay, now we've got a really nice quadratic that we can actually go ahead and factorise in order to solve for m. And then once we've done that, once we've found m, then we will be able to find x. Okay, so now we're going to solve this quadratic. And I like to use this method where I've got my AC terms. I'm going to multiply them together and then find out which factor pair is going to add up to give my b value. Now a times c is our 3 times our 9, which is going to be 27. And then our b term is here, that's negative 28. Now what we have to do here, we're coming up with our factor pair. What's factors of 27 is going to add up to negative 28. Now this one is quite straightforward. We're going to have negative 27 and negative 1. Now we're going to go ahead and factorise this. We're going to break up this minus 28m term into minus 27m and minus m. So we'll rewrite that. So we've got 3m squared take 27m plus, and I'll put these in brackets, I'll group them together, plus negative m plus 9, and we're going to set that all to equal 0. Now we're going to factorise each of the brackets. So the first bracket we're going to take out factor of 3m, and we're going to be left with m take 9. Now technique here is we want this second bracket to be the same as the first bracket. So in order to do that, I'm going to take out a factor of minus 1. And then it will get the same m plus 9. Okay. So then that factorises as m take 9, 3m take 1 equals 0. Okay, now we're going to either m take 9 can be 0 or 3m take 1 can be equal to 0. So for this we've got m will be 9, or, and solving this guy here, m, you can say 3m equals 1, and m equals 1/3. So we've got our two values of m, 9 and 1/3. We now have to go and find out what our value is x. So we haven't finished there. So we've got m equals 9 and m equals a third. We're going to substitute that back in. So we know that 3 to the x equals m. So we can say for this first value of m, say 3 to the x equals 9. And we're going to use that technique of making the bases the same. So our base is 3. So we've got 3 to the x equals 3 squared. We can say, therefore, x equals 2. Let's do the other side. So we've got 3 to the x equals m. 3 to the x will be a third. Now we've got a fraction there, so our power is going to be negative. So we've got 3 to the x equals 3 to the minus 1. We can say, therefore, x equals negative 1. And there are two values of x, 2 and negative 1.